Welcome to the Galatasaray show. I just got finished watching the first friendly against Spor. Gala won 5-1. This is what I'm thinking. I've been one of the biggest critics of the 10-4 rule. You know why? It'll hurt us in Europe. We need very experienced players, striker, midfield, defense, people that can help us get to the final 8, the final 4, past the 16 that we did last season. That's still a concern of mine. But after watching the game today, I saw something that kind of stood out to me. One upside there might be with this rule is young Turkish players who before, they didn't see a path to the big team, right? If you've got 13, 14 skilled foreign players, that can fill up almost your entire lineup with the veterans like Abdul Karim, Yunus, Barish, those type of people. That leaves very little room to break into the team and contribute to the team. Now, with the 10-4 rule, there can be fewer foreigners. We've already seen that with Icardi having to leave. So if I'm a youth player, I'm now thinking I have a legitimate path to make the team. Think of it like your job. If you're a store manager and you want to be a regional manager, but all they ever do is hire regional managers from the outside, people who were already regional managers at a smaller company, and bring them in. And that's all you see. And you know you have no path to moving from store manager to regional manager. Are you going to work your butt off, come in early, stay late, do everything it takes to be the best store manager you can when you know there's no path to promotion? You might at first, and then you'll settle into your groove because you know you don't stand a chance. Our youth players probably aren't any different. If I'm a youth player and I know all they're going to do is bring in a foreigner to take my position, am I really going to work my tail off to be great? Take Berhat loose. He scored today. He's a striker. We need a youth striker. We need a backup striker from outside and another striker as well. He knows now we don't have enough foreign spots to bring in 2 foreign strikers. He knows if he performs in the preseason, he could be that striker. Adi Uzgec had a great goal from outside the box. Kazımcan, he's somebody that got loaned out last year. He's a Turk. He now knows he has a chance to make the team. I never wanted him to leave. He has the best throw-ins of anybody that we have. But he now knows if he performs, they'll almost have to keep him. John Armando, our young Turk from last year, who we never saw, a direct free kick goal, right? We didn't have any of those last year. So he knows the same way. If he performs, he's a Turk. He knows he'll have a chance to make the team and be on the bench. So this might be a side effect of the rule I didn't think about. Now that they know that there's more chances for them on the team, aren't they going to practice harder, train harder, study harder, eat better, sleep better? If you know it's right in front of you, you're really going to do everything you can to take it, right? And today, like Lezi Ungachwu, he played and looked great. Ilkay started. Torreira looked good. Gabriel Sara played and looked good. Some veterans played, but it was the young players. The way they were pressing, if you had a chance to watch the game, they were playing Galatasaray style of football. They were pressing high. They took the ball away time after time. And I know Spor isn't like a Champions League team, but they were in the Süper Lig a year ago, so they can't be that bad. And the youth players were the star, especially the second half and late in the first half. I mean, they looked great. Sara had a good assist, but it was the youth players that were scoring the goals. And again, Armando's free kick, he looked very poised, very confident standing over that ball, taking it. he didn't look like a youth player. And frankly, I watched the preseason games last year. I really didn't see this type of effort that they put forth. I mean, they were playing and having a good time, but they looked really, really committed today. They looked like they were trying to impress the team. And the second thing about this, lots of people have been critical about how slow we are in the transfer market. We've only made the Leslie transfer. That's it. But Ocon has had 2 interviews this week, and he talked about wanting to see these players in games. And so I wonder, is part of our transfer strategy seeing what these youth players, these young youth players, these Turkish players, and even the foreign players that we have like Anaga. Anaga played almost the whole game, that are young. Are they someone who can help the team this season, step in and contribute this season? If they see who those players are and the positions that they play, that's going to change who they're going to go after in the transfer market. Like, I didn't see a number 10 out there today, right? So we know that's going to be a foreigner, unless it's John Uzun. That's the only chance that we have. But again, at striker, maybe they see something out of Luce that makes them think he can be our third striker. That's a transfer we don't have to make. Arda Unlai played today. He looked better to me than he did last year, and he should. A lot of these people are a year older, right? And you gain a lot. Like, you don't change much from 32 to 33 or 27 to 28. You change a lot from 17 to 18, 18 to 19, 19 to 20, those years, not just emotionally and maturity-wise, but physically. Your body develops very quickly with their testosterone rate going up, their strength going up, so how they can work out, the muscle they can gain, and the speed that they can gain during those years. So their performance can go up quickly through these years. So we should see some of these players that we saw last year, they should look better. So again, I know it's the first friendly, but I was more encouraged by the effort that I saw them putting forth, not just the performance, but the performance was great too. They go on the road, just give up the 1 goal, they go down a goal, but then they just start scoring, and they could have had a few more. Again, Leslie Ngachu played, had a great shot that just went wide of goal. So tell me, did you see what I saw? I'm not saying I love the 10-4 rule. I still think it's going to hurt us in Europe. But maybe a side effect of this rule is these Turkish players putting forth their max effort and trying harder than they've ever tried before, especially on a team like Galatasaray, right? This is a team, if you're a youth player and you've got a chance, you're playing for the dream club of every kid in Turkey. We talked about with Icardi how many kids he turned into Galatasaray fans. So these youth players, they know they've hit the lottery, that they're a part of the team in the first place. And so you can imagine how excited they are to think they've got a chance to actually make this team. And maybe if things break right for them, they could be on the bench for Champions League games. I mean, that'd be huge for a 18, 19, 20, 21, 22-year-old. And again, if they can perform, that's going to help direct what our transfer policy is. So I like that we're playing these games and they're getting to, we watch them, but we don't see things that coaches see, right? So they're getting to see things that are going to inform their transfer decisions more than what we do. But tell me, what do you think? I know a lot of you were against this. Not all of you were, but I'm not totally against 10-4 now. I think I'm a little bit more in the middle, that it might not be a terrible thing for the long-term health of the club, because we know we can't compete with Bayern Munich and Liverpool on money. But if we can compete better with developing our youth players, not just to help the team, but that we can sell later and get us more money to buy even better players, that kind of old Ajax system, that might be the play that can help Galatasaray take that next step that we want them to become a perennial strong team in Europe. Let's hope so. Heidi and Butte Jim Bone.